Update: my boundary-stomping family infiltrated my relationship. I broke up with her and showed up uninvited to make them face what they'd done. Buckle up, I've got a lot to vent. It's been about 8 months since my last post. The laptop incident, the family dinner confrontation, the cold distance that followed. Things had stabilized, not healed but stable. I kept my boundaries. Family kept their resentment. We coexisted. And I had Priya. I haven't talked much about her before because I was protecting that part of my life. She was my sanctuary. Smart, independent, ran her own marketing consultancy. We'd been together almost a year. She got it, got me. Understood why I needed space from my family without making me feel guilty about it. Or at least I thought she did. About 2 months ago, things started feeling off. Nothing dramatic, just small things. We were having dinner and I mentioned I was thinking about expanding my content agency into video production. Big decision, expensive equipment investment, potentially hearing specialists. Priya's response: "That's exciting. Have you talked to anyone about it? Like run the numbers past someone?" Me: "I've done the analysis. Looked at market demand, projected costs, potential ROI." Priya: "Right, but like someone with business experience. Sometimes an outside perspective helps." The way she said it, the phrasing, it felt familiar in a way that made my skin crawl. Another time, we were planning a weekend trip. I suggested we just pick a place and go, be spontaneous. Priya: "Shouldn't we plan a bit more? I mean, what if we need to be back for something? What if your family has something that weekend?" Me: "My family doesn't dictate my schedule anymore." Priya quickly: I know, I just meant, it's good to keep family in mind. That's important in our culture, right?" In our culture. She'd never used that phrase before, not once in 11 months. Over the next 2 weeks, I started paying attention. Little comments. "Don't you think you're being a bit hard on your sister? She probably just misses you. Family is complicated, but they're still family, you know." I was thinking, maybe I should meet them soon. "It's been a while. Your mom called you 3 times yesterday. That must be hard for her." Wait, how did she know my mom called 3 times? I hadn't told her that. Priya must have seen my face because she backtracked. "You mentioned it, didn't you?" I hadn't. I'm not proud of this, but I needed to know. That weekend, I told Priya something completely false. Casual over coffee. Me: "Oh, I forgot to mention. I'm thinking about selling the business. Got an offer from a larger agency that wants to acquire my client list. Pretty substantial offer." This was 100% fabricated, not even remotely true. Priya's eyes widened. "What? That's huge. When did this happen?" Me: "Couple weeks ago. Still thinking it through. Haven't told anyone yet." Priya: "Not even your family?" Me: "Especially not my family. You know how that would go." Priya nodded, but something flickered across her face. Conflict. I let it sit for 72 hours. 3 days later, my mother called. I almost didn't answer, but something told me to pick up. "Mother, Beta, I heard some news. Is it true you're selling your business?" My blood went cold. Me: "Where did you hear that?" Mother: "Your sister mentioned it. She's concerned you're making a big decision without family input again. This is a lot of money, Beta. You should really." I hung up. Sat there staring at my phone. I told one person that lie. One. Priya. And within 3 days, it had reached my sister, who told my mother. Which meant Priya was in contact with my sister. Which meant everything I'd been noticing wasn't paranoia. I needed proof, real proof. I waited until Priya was in the shower. Her phone was on the kitchen counter, unlocked. I'm not going to justify it. I know it was wrong, but I looked. Opened Instagram. Searched my sister's name in her DMs. There it was. Pages and pages of messages. Going back 4 months. I stood there scrolling, feeling sick. 4 months ago. Sister, hi Priya. I hope this isn't weird, but Op mentioned you a while back and I wanted to reach out. I'm so happy he's found someone. I'd love to get to know you. Priya, oh hi. This isn't weird at all. I've been hopping to meet you. He talks about you. He didn't. I barely mentioned my family to her. Sister, he's so private sometimes. But family is so important to us. I'm sure you understand, coming from our culture. I'd love to chat more, get to know the woman who's captured my baby brother's heart. 3 months ago. Sister, how are things going with you too? He seems happier lately. I hope that's your influence. Priya, things are great. He's really driven, so focused on work. Sister, that's always been him. Sometimes too focused, you know. He can get tunnel vision and shut people out. Has he done that with you? Priya, a little bit. He's pretty independent, but I think that's good. Sister, of course. Independence is wonderful. I just worry sometimes he takes it too far, pushes away people who love him. Our family has been so hurt by how distant he's become. Priya, oh, I didn't realize it was that bad. Sister, he doesn't like to talk about it, but it's been really hard on our parents. They just want to be involved in his life, you know, want to feel like they matter to him. 2 months ago. Sister, can I ask you something? Has he mentioned why he's so distant from us? We've been trying to understand. Priya, he's mentioned wanting boundaries, but honestly, he doesn't really talk about it much. Sister, boundaries are healthy, but sometimes I wonder if he's been influenced by, I don't know, Western ideas about individualism. Our culture is so different. Family is everything, but he seems to be moving away from that. Priya, I think balance is important. Sister, absolutely. And that's why I'm so glad he has you. Someone who understands our values. Someone who can maybe help him see that family doesn't have to be a burden. It can be support. 1 month ago. Sister, I'm worried about him. He makes these big decisions without talking to anyone. Started a business, made investments all alone. What if he makes a mistake and has no one to help him? Priya, he does seem to prefer handling things himself. Sister, that's what scares me. Everyone needs people, Priya. What happens when he's in over his head? Our brother-in-law has so much experience he could help. Our parents have wisdom, but Op just shuts everyone out. Priya, maybe I could encourage him to be more open. Sister, would you? Not in a pushy way, just gently. I think coming from you, he might listen. He clearly cares about what you think. 2 weeks ago. Priya, I mentioned meeting the family and he sort of brushed it off. Is there a reason he's hesitant? Sister, oh Priya. I think he's afraid we'll interfere, which is so sad because we just want to love you both. Has he talked about long-term plans with you? Marriage. Priya, we've mentioned it but nothing concrete. Sister, in our culture, that's usually something families discuss together. But I'm guessing he wants to keep that separate too. Priya, I think he just wants to take things at our own pace. Sister, of course. I just hope our own pace doesn't mean shutting out everyone who cares about you both. Marriage isn't just about two people, it's about families joining. I'd hate for you to feel isolated from us because of his issues. 3 days ago, after I'd told Priya the fake business sale. Priya, hey, he mentioned something about maybe selling his business. Did you know about this? Sister, what? No, see, this is exactly what I was worried about. He's making huge life decisions alone. This is exactly the kind of thing family should be consulted on. Thank you for telling me. This is serious. I stopped reading. Put the phone down. Walked to the bathroom door. Heard the shower still running. Went back to the kitchen. Screenshotted everything. Sent it all to my email. Then I sat down and waited. When Priya came out, towel in her hair, smiling, I was sitting at the kitchen table with her phone in front of me. Her smile died. Priya, did you go through my phone? Me, yes. Priya, that's a huge violation of. Me, how long have you been talking to my sister? Silence. Priya, defensive. She reached out to me. I thought she was being nice. Me, 4 months. Priya, you've been talking to her for 4 months, behind my back. Priya, it wasn't behind your back. I just didn't mention it because I knew you'd react like this. Me, I told you something in confidence 3 days ago, something private, and within 72 hours my mother knew about it, because you told my sister. Priya's face went white. Me, it was a test. There is no business sale, there was never an offer. I made it up to see if you tell her, and you did. Priya, tears starting. I was worried about you. Me, standing. No, you were reporting on me, for months. Every conversation we had, everything I told you, you were feeding back to her. Priya, she's your sister. She cares about you. Me, she manipulated you, and you let her. Do you know what she was doing? Look at the messages, Priya, really look. She was slowly convincing you that I'm broken, that I need fixing, that my boundaries are problems, that my independence is a flaw. Priya, crying now, I just thought, maybe you were being too hard on them. They seem like they really love you. Me, you don't know them, you only know what she told you, and she told you I'm damaged, westernized, selfish, and you believed her. Priya, that's not fair. Me, what's not fair is that I trusted you with parts of my life I don't share with anyone, and you handed it all over to the exact people I was protecting myself from. Priya, I'm sorry I didn't realize. Me, you didn't realize because you weren't supposed to be talking to her in the first place. That's the whole point. She went around me to get to you, and it worked. Priya, reaching for me. We can fix this, I'll stop talking to her. Me, stepping back. No, we can't. Because even if you stop now, I'll never trust you again. Every conversation we have, I'll wonder, is this really her opinion or is this what my sister planted? Every doubt you have about me, I'll wonder, is this legitimate or is this their poison? Priya, please, I love you. Me, if you loved me, you wouldn't have built a relationship with someone I was explicitly keeping at distance. You wouldn't have reported my private conversations. You wouldn't have let her turn you into a spy. Priya, I wasn't spying. Me, what do you call it then? What do you call telling her I'm selling my business before asking me about it? Silence. Me, we're done. I need you to leave. Priya, this is my apartment. Right, fuck. Me, then I'll leave. I'll get my stuff tomorrow. Priya, sobbing. You're ending a year-long relationship over this. Me, no, my family ended it by doing exactly what I always knew they'd do if they got the chance. They can't control me, so they went after you. And it worked. I grabbed my keys and wallet. Priya, she said you'd do this. She said you push everyone away. I stopped at the door. Me, yeah. She's been saying that for months, hasn't she? Planting that idea. So when I actually set a boundary, when I end something that's actively harming me, you'd see it as proof she was right. That's how manipulation works, Priya. I left. I didn't go home, checked into a hotel. Sat on the bed and just broke. Not because I lost Priya. Because they took her. They couldn't get to me directly, so they infected the one part of my life that was mine. And it worked. I wasn't just sad, I was furious. For months I'd been trying to be mature, trying to take the high road, keep boundaries without burning bridges. And they responded by systematically poisoning my relationship. The next morning, I woke up to 17 missed calls. Priya 8, mother 6, sister 3. I ignored all of them. Went to Priya's apartment when I knew she'd be at work, got my stuff, left my key. Then I made a decision. I was done being quiet. I was done letting them think their behavior was acceptable. I was done protecting their comfort at the expense of my sanity. I checked my family group chat. the one I'd muted months ago. Scrolled through, caught up on all the family gossip I'd been missing. Saw the messages. Mother, family barbecue this Sunday at our place, 2 p.m. Everyone please come. Sister, we'll be there. Arjun is bringing his famous grilled chicken. Various cousins and aunts, can't wait, we'll bring dessert, see you there. Nobody had invited me. Perfect. Sunday, 2:30 p.m. I showed up at my parents' house. Cars were packed in the driveway and street. I could hear laughter and music from the backyard. I walked around to the back gate. Opened it. Everyone was there. Parents, sister, Arjun, cousins, aunts, uncles, about 25 people. Arjun was at the grill. Sister was setting out food. Kids running around, everyone happy. I stepped into the backyard. My cousin Rohan saw me first. His eyes went wide. Then my mother, Beta, what are you? The conversation started dying down in waves as people noticed me. My sister turned around, saw me, went pale. Sister, what are you doing here? Me, family barbecue, right? I'm family. Arjun putting down the grill tongs. You weren't invited. Me, I know, but we need to have a conversation, all of us. Father standing. This isn't the time or place. Me, actually it's perfect, everyone's here. My sister was backing toward Arjun. She knew why I was there. Mother nervous. Beta, please, let's talk inside. Me, loud enough for everyone to hear. No, everyone should hear this. The yard was silent now, except for distant traffic, and one confused toddler asking for juice. Me, I want to tell you all a story about boundaries and what happens when you refuse to respect them. Me, 8 months ago, I asked for something simple. I asked to make my own decisions without a family committee. I got called ungrateful, selfish, westernized. Some of the relatives were looking at each other, uncomfortable. Me, so I backed off, kept my distance, built my own life, started a business, met someone I cared about, kept it private because I knew what would happen if I shared. Sister, we can talk about this later. Me, no, we can't, because you made sure later would never come. I pulled out my phone, opened the screenshots. Me, 4 months ago, my sister reached out to my girlfriend, behind my back, started building a relationship with her. Sister panicking, I was just being friendly. Me, you were being calculating. I started reading from the messages, out loud, in front of everyone. Me, sometimes I wonder if he's been influenced by Western ideas about individualism. Our culture is so different. Me, he makes these big decisions without talking to anyone. What if he makes a mistake? Me, I think coming from you, he might listen. He clearly cares about what you think. My mother's hand was over her mouth. Me, you spent months slowly convincing her that I was broken, that my boundaries were problems, that I needed to be fixed. And when I told her something in confidence, something private, she reported it back to you within days. Sister crying now, I was worried about you. Me, voice rising, you were controlling me. You couldn't do it directly anymore, so you went through her. You poisoned my relationship, and it worked. Arjun stepping forward, you need to calm down. Me turning to him, no, you need to hear this, both of you, all of you. I looked around at the family. Me, I lost someone I loved, not because the relationship was bad. Not because we weren't compatible, but because my family actively sabotaged. Uncle Prakash, one of the older relatives, speaking up. Wait, you contacted his girlfriend without him knowing. Sister, I just wanted to. Uncle Prakash, that's completely inappropriate. Aunt Mira, Rohan's mom, I have to agree, that's crossing a line. Sister, defensive, he wouldn't introduce us, what was I supposed to do? Me, respect my boundary, that's what you were supposed to do. Mother to sister, you did this behind his back. Sister, Mama, I was trying to help. Me, help? You call sabotaging my relationship helping. Father, both of you need to calm down. Me to father, no, I'm done being calm. I'm done being quiet while they act like I'm the problem. I turn to face the whole group. Me, here's what's going to happen. I'm leaving, and I won't be back. Not for dinners, not for celebrations, not for casual hangouts. Mother, beta, please. Me, I'll show up for weddings, funerals, major life events. I'll be polite, I'll be civil, but that's it. You don't get my life anymore. You don't get my stories. You don't get my struggles or my successes. You don't get access. Sister, sobbing, you're punishing the whole family for. Me, I'm protecting myself from a family that thinks love means control. That thinks boundaries are betrayal. That thinks going behind my back to manipulate my girlfriend is helping. Cousin Rohan quietly, maybe he has a point. Everyone looked at Rohan. Rohan braver now. I mean, contacting his girlfriend without telling him. That's pretty messed up. Arjun angry, stay out of this, Rohan. Rohan, no, I've watched this whole thing. Op just wanted space, and everyone acted like he was destroying the family. Aunt Mira to sister, contacting his girlfriend was wrong. You should have talked to him directly. Sister, he wouldn't have LISTNED. Uncle Prakash, that doesn't give you the right to go behind his back. Something was shifting. Some of them were seeing it. Me, final words. I came here so you'd understand what your concern cost me, so you'd know why I'm done, not out of anger, out of self-preservation. Mother crying, we love you. Me, I know you think you do, but your love requires me to disappear, to have no privacy, to never make a choice without approval. That's not love I can survive. Father, you're being dramatic. Me, am I? Or am I finally being honest about what this family demands? I looked at my sister. She was leaning against Arjun, tears streaming. Me to sister, I don't hate you, but I can't have you in my life, not after this. Sister, you're my brother. Me and you sabotaged my relationship. What kind of sister does that? No answer. Me to Arjun, you wanted to be involved in everything. Congratulations. You got exactly what you wanted. A family that can't function without your input. I hope it's worth what it cost. Arjun, you're going to regret this. Me, the only thing I regret is not doing this sooner. I looked at my parents. Me, Mama, Papa, I love you, I'll always love you, but I can't be part of this anymore, not like this. Mother, don't go, please. Me, I have to. I turned to the few relatives who'd spoken up. Uncle Prakash, Aunt Mira, Rohan. Me, thank you for seeing it. Uncle Prakash nodded slowly. Aunt Mira looked sad but understanding. Rohan louder than expected. Can I call you sometime if I need advice? Sister, Rohan, don't. Rohan to sister, no. He set boundaries and you invaded them, that's facts. I looked at Rohan, saw myself 2 years ago. Me, yeah, you can call me. Then I walked out. Through the gate. Past all the cars. Got in mine. Drove away. And I didn't look back. That was 3 months ago. Here's what's happened since. Mother called 47 times, I answered once, said, I need space, please respect that. Hung up, father called 3 times, left 1 voicemail, this is childish. Call your mother back, sister called 15 times, left sobbing voicemails. Blocked her number, Arjun sent 1 text, you made your choice, live with it. Blocked, various relatives reached out with concerned messages, ignored most. Uncle Prakash sent, I understand, take the time you need. You're not wrong, Aunt Mira. What your sister did was inappropriate. I'm sorry, Rohan called once. We talked for an hour. He's struggling with the same patterns. I told him what I wish someone had told me 2 years ago. Changed all my social media to private different name, got a new number. only gave it to parents with clear rules. Emergencies only, not guilt trips, moved to a new apartment. Didn't tell them the address, removed all family members except parents from any social media, stopped attending family events entirely, wedding invitations, declined with gifts sent. So these are what I did. Send parents money monthly, financial obligation met, no guilt leverage. Respond to true emergency calls, medical, urgent, factual. Send gifts for major milestones, birthdays, anniversaries. Impersonal but appropriate. Sharing anything about my life, explaining my decisions, attending casual family gatherings, responding to emotional manipulation, engaging in arguments, defending my choices, existing in their social media sphere, bringing anyone from my new life into their awareness. Results: they know I exist, they know I'm alive and functioning, but they know nothing else, and it's driving them insane. I know through Rohan, who I talk to occasionally, what they're experiencing. Mother asks constantly, "Have you heard from Op? Is he okay? Is he eating well?" Sister apparently had a breakdown at a family function, crying about how she just wanted to help and doesn't understand why he's so angry. Arjun told people I'm mentally unwell and need professional help. Father tells people he's going through a phase. They ask mutual acquaintances about me. People who know me are polite but vague. He's doing well. They tried finding me on social media. Can't. They drove by my old apartment. I wasn't there. They're desperate for information. And I'm giving them nothing. Here's what they don't know and never will. Career. My agency landed a major contract with an international client. I hired 2 more full-time employees. Revenue tripled in 6 months. I'm speaking at a digital marketing conference next month. Personal. I started therapy, actually working through the family enmeshment. Joined a recreational basketball league, made actual friends. Started dating again, very slowly, very carefully. Moved to a neighborhood I love. Growth. Learned what healthy boundaries look like. Discovered I'm not selfish for having privacy. Realized their concern was always about control. Stopped feeling guilty for protecting myself. The relationship with Rohan. He calls every few weeks. He's setting small boundaries himself now. Getting pushback but holding firm. I told him, it gets lonelier before it gets freer, but it does get freer. Unexpectedly, I moved on from my past relationship. Saw her once accidentally at a coffee shop. We made eye contact. She looked like she wanted to talk. I nodded politely and left. Felt nothing. That's how I knew I'd healed. People who know the story ask me things. Do you miss them? Sometimes. I miss the idea of a supportive family, but I don't miss the reality of what they were. Do you feel guilty? Every day, cultural conditioning doesn't just disappear, but guilt is manageable. What I couldn't manage was the suffocation. Will you ever reconcile? Reconcile implies 2 parties acknowledging fault and committing to change. They need to recognize that contacting Priya was a violation, that my boundaries are valid, that love without respect isn't enough. I don't see that happening. So no, probably not. Was it worth it? Ask me again in 5 years. Right now I'm free. I make decisions without a committee. I fail privately. I succeed on my own terms. I date without vetting processes. I exist without surveillance. So yeah, it's worth it. Do you regret crashing the barbecue? Not even a little. They needed to see, in front of witnesses, what their concern actually did. Some of them got it, Uncle Prakash, Aunt Mira, Rohan. The ones who mattered didn't, but at least now they can't pretend they didn't know. Last week, I got a message from an unknown number. Unknown, hi, I'm Naeem, your cousin Priya's friend. She told me about your family situation. I'm dealing with something similar. Can I ask, how did you find the strength to actually leave? I stared at it for a long time. Then I replied, I didn't find strength. I found a breaking point. They took something from me I couldn't get back, and I realized if I stay, they'll keep taking, so I stopped giving them access. Unknown, but the guilt, how do you handle it? You don't handle it, you carry it. Some days it's heavy, some days it's lighter. But you carry it because the alternative, staying and disappearing, is heavier. Unknown, did it get better? It got different, not better, not worse, just mine. My life became mine, that's the trade. Unknown, thank you. I think I needed to hear that. I realized I've become the person I needed 2 years ago. The one who says, it's okay to choose yourself, even when everyone says you're wrong. It's early evening. I'm in my apartment, the one they don't know about. My phone buzzes. Mother, Beta, it's Diwali next month. Please come home, we miss you. I stare at the message. 2 years ago, I would have gone, would have sat through the awkwardness, would have endured the passive-aggressive comments and invasive questions because it's family and it's just one day. Now, I type, I'll send a gift, have a beautiful celebration. Mother, that's not the same as having you here. I know. I don't send anything else. Put my phone face down. Look around my apartment, my space, my rules, my life. On my laptop, an email notification. The international client wants to extend our contract. On my kitchen counter, a handwritten note from my new neighbor inviting me to a building game night. On my calendar, the basketball league playoffs next week. Small things, normal things. Things that are mine. Here's what I've learned. You can't have boundaries with people who see boundaries as betrayal. You can't have privacy with people who see privacy as secrecy. You can't have autonomy with people who see autonomy as abandonment. My family loved me. I genuinely believe that. But they loved the version of me that needed them, consulted them, centered them. They couldn't love the version of me that outgrew the cage. So I left the cage. And they called it abandonment. And maybe they're right. Maybe I did abandon them. But I chose me, finally. AITA for crashing their barbecue and publicly exposing what they did. AITA for cutting off a family that just wanted to help. AITA for choosing total non-exposure over reconciliation. Maybe, but I'm free, and I'm never going back.